Good afternoon, Chairwoman Inez Barron and members of the City Council Higher Education Committee. I'm Donovan Warrington, and I'm a resident of City Council District 31. I'm a student at Bernard and Baruch College, majoring in corporate communication, and in a few months, I'll be the first in my family to graduate with a baccalaureate degree. I'm also the Vice Chair for Fiscal Affairs for the University Student Senate. I'm a proud alumni of LaGuardia Community College, and I'm here today to express my support for President Obama's proposal for American College Promise. I was born and raised in Williamsburg Project Housing. I'm a product of the public high school system. And when I graduated, college was far-fetched. Most of my peers didn't graduate with a high school degree. So immediately after graduation, I decided to work. And after 3 years of working, I decided that I wanted to go to college and earn an associate's degree. And I attended LaGuardia Community College in spring of 2008. And after the first semester, I decided to drop out because I just couldn't afford it. Even though I had financial aid, I needed to cover living expenses. After working for a few years and saving up, I decided to return in spring of 2010. And since then, it was pretty hard because this time around, I didn't have the financial support in terms of financial aid. So I had to balance my workload with my classes so that I can still provide for living and go to school. And I wanted to point that out because it's important. When I was in class, most of my classmates, some of them participated in the ASAP program, and I thought I was the only one struggling financially, but it was even worse for some of my classmates. They didn't have jobs, they didn't have other supports other than, LaGuardia Foundation scholarships or participating in SEEK programs and things of that nature. One of my classmates mentioned that the ASAP program was valuable to her, not because it covered her tuition, but the Metro card. Something as simple as a Metro card was important to her. And she told me that were it not for the Metro card that ASAP provided, she would not continue, enrolled in LaGuardia. And upon her graduation in spring 2011, she got accepted to several schools, and she decided not to attend because college was just too expensive aside from the financial aid package. But again, transportation was something that she needed to stay enrolled. So currently she has an associate's degree and decided not to get her baccalaureate because she can't get transportation to and from school. One of the things that I wanted to point out about the president's plan is that it's not about making community college free. To me, it seems that the president wants to make community college more accessible, which is the mission at the University Student Senate. It allows everyone to be eligible to participate in the workforce that's coming ahead. We know that most of the graduates are going to have associate's or baccalaureate's degree. And if we're not prepared now, then we can't participate in said workforce. So I think what the president is saying is, hey, let's get them out there, get them in college so that we can be a part of that and contribute to society. I often hear, different analyses of the plan saying that, students, we don't have our skin in the game. And I differ from that. I've been working for 10 years, so if I get financial aid, I feel I've vested my tax dollars in it as well. Most of our students at community colleges do work, if not part-time, full-time. So if we got this so-called free ride, it would be our tax dollars that are contributing to it. Another point that I wanted to make out was that would this plan be eligible to students who do not graduate from high school but obtain a GED? Would they not be qualified? Is it important for them to say, hey, I want to earn my college degree, but I didn't graduate from high school. I decided to go back late. These are some things that we would really like to plan to look at, because in our city it's a little bit different than it would be in Tennessee or Chicago. A lot of our students aren't going straight to college after high school. A lot of our students aren't graduating from high school. They may earn a GED. So a program like this should be available, accessible to them. And I really want to thank Chairwoman Barron for your leadership on this and the other council members. This is one of the reasons why New York City continues to shine out, because we take the lead on some of the most controversial issues. And I hope that we can now challenge the state legislature and Congress to act immediately. And if not, like my colleague said, I think it's good for us to take the first steps and implement a plan right here in New York City. Thank you.